All right, fans, we are live. A little delayed tonight, but it's all good. We are rocking and rolling here on your Friday night, the Friday after WrestleMania. We're ready to go. Oh, man, what a week. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Chris the Heat Matthews, joined each and every week by your other two hosts, Garrett G. Money Munn and the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. Fellas, what is going on?
Not much. Been out with Garrett hunting Stanley Cups.
Yep. We were told there's lead poison in it, and we kind of wanted to know what that felt like.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I mean, I am a little older, so pretty much everything that I had growing up had lead in it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, lead paint, all that fun stuff, man.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Lead paint and asbestos or whatever it's called.
Asbestos, yep. Yeah, they shut our school down for a week while they're remodeling because it had asbestos in it. It was great.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
But you know what isn't great?
The random
Really?
band entrance theme.
It did kind of blow chunks.
Yeah, it was bad. Oh, man. Carly Rae Jepsen.
An icon, one could say.
Call her maybe. What do you want me to call you? Because a musician is not one of them. Oh, Lord. That was terrible. That's about all I can handle with that.
It's sad. I knew more songs than I thought I did. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing.
There were some in there that I didn't think were hers. I thought they were someone else's, but then I was like, oh, she sang this?
Yep.
It probably was somebody else's. She just covered
Probably.
it.
Apparently, she also did the theme for Fuller House.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Is that what you went with?
That is not what I went with. I actually went with Kamikaze.
Yeah, I actually was starting to go with that, but I saw it in the notes. So
No.
I pivoted, and I'll let Garrett go because I have two songs just in case he steals one of them.
Oh, you can go, man. I can pick through a few songs, man. It's all good.
Okay. Well, I'm going with "Let's Be Friends."
Is your gimmick gonna come down to the ring and try and be friends with everybody?
Yep.
I feel like you'll have like a R-Truth gimmick and you try to join every group.
Action. That'd work.
Just pop up behind them with your tag titles.
I brought them back to the Judgment Day.
Oh, man. Carly Rae Jepsen. So bad.
I went with Good Time. I know Owl City's in this song, but it's on her album, so it's her song. So
That's fun. It's her featuring Owl City.
Yeah.
So that works. Awesome. All right. What potential garbage do we have for next week?
We have John Denver.
Oh, okay.
Didn't we do John Denver or no?
Did we?
No.
Did we?
Nope. Nope. I wouldn't have remembered that one.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Well, John Denver is better than Carly Rae Jepsen. Let's get that straight.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. John Denver. Let's get over to that's the random band entrance theme. John Denver next week. Carly Rae Jepsen this week. At least John Denver won't make my ears bleed. All right.
I only know one song from every two. So I have to do
you'll know more. For sure.
All right. Let's hop over to the Elite Figure of the Week, which of course is brought to you by EntertainmentEarth.com. Check out Entertainment Earth and use the code FTCollect FT Collect and save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. I need to go grab this because I was actually going to unbox this one. I forgot to grab it before I sat down. Uno momento, por favor.
That's all right.
So if you see the picture, it is Scott Hall, the Monday Night War Scott Hall from when he invaded WCW.
Yep, he's got 2 heads.
Oh.
He's kind of jacked. He's got some black
He's
boots on.
Wearing 2 shades of denim. Like it was cool back in the 90s.
Knocking everything over. And I sat on the damn box.
We're just talking about the figure.
Oh, yes, the Monday Night War Scott Hall.
You know who he is, but you don't know why he's here.
This is pretty cool. This is from Monday Night Wars Series 1. So, packaging there, back of the box. We unboxed Hogan on here, right? Or yeah.
I think
so. I got the Hogan.
What's the Build-A-Figure again?
Lex Luger in his white puffy shirt from the first Nitro from the Mall of America. So I have Scott Hall comes with his arms and the white puffy shirt. So I got his legs. I need to find Austin and get the torso.
Where could one person find this figure?
These
so let them know.
The Monday Night War set are exclusive to Walmart.
Oh, so fans, if you want to
go to Walmart,
all double denim.
Yep.
Go to Walmart. And while you're there, make sure you look at the peg-warmed Eddie Kingston figures. There's about 15 you'll see on the shelf.
And the Chris Jericho's.
My local Walmart had about 10 of those Eddie Kingstons. It was quite embarrassing.
Okay. So, there's a Luger's puffy shirt.
Nice.
Scott Hall figure is actually pretty cool in his Canadian tuxedo, if you will. And this, of course, is from his first appearance on Nitro. The Hogan unboxed, that was from the night after the formation of the NWO. Series 2 will have the Kevin Nash that goes along with the Scott Hall. So this is actually pretty sweet. So, especially if you're a fan of the WCW era stuff and the Monday Night Wars. The only downside to this is the microphone has a WWE logo on it. It's very faint. So it wasn't painted in. So instead of putting the WCW decals on it.
Hey, another cool thing about getting this figure though is if you don't get all of them to build Lex Luger, you could also reuse your white shirt for Good and Girl.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So he comes with an extra head too, which is basically it's just the head with the ponytail. So standard Scott Hall head, extra set of hands, and it's got Luger's arms and hands and white puffy shirt. So cool stuff. Very thrilled to find that one. So,
yeah,
it's pretty much the two that I wanted were Hogan and Scott Hall. All right, so that is the Elite Figure of the Week. Let's get over to the Instant Replay, which of course is brought to you by W. Hit up W.GG and use the code WrestleGeddon at checkout to save 10% on all your energy drink mixes and hydration drinks. Be better with W. All right. I did not have anything news related to put in here this week. I didn't see anything major.
Jacob 52. Did he sign with WWE?
I
saw it on Twitter and stuff, but I didn't see anything official.
I think Rikishi. I know Rikishi confirmed he's a free agent, but that was a few weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Tama Tonga actually just debuted on SmackDown tonight. So
They beat the crap out of Jimmy, him and Solo. And I'm assuming it's not from the direction of the tribal chief because of what Paul Heyman says. So,
yep.
I think we're going to get a Solo Tama Tonga like heel thing going while Roman's out for a little while. Be pretty good.
So pretty cool. Let's see, somebody may, I think someone passed away besides OJ Simpson.
Oh yeah, OJ Simpson.
I'm not gonna lie. We'll talk about that later. But I saw like the worst meme ever. I probably shouldn't say it. We might get canceled. It's okay. Let's talk about wrestling.
Akibono. That's what it was.
Akibono
passed away. Oh. Man. I remember Akibono in like the didn't he do the that sumo match with Big Show?
Yes.
Yep. 54.
It was kind of gross that I remember watching.
You see, he started off as, if I remember correctly, he started out as a sumo wrestler, then transitioned to professional wrestling. Actually, was pretty dominant during his run in professional wrestling.
That's cool.
Oh, man. But thoughts and prayers out to the family and friends of Akibono.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get into the week in wrestling. WrestleMania this past weekend. We'll kick it off here. SmackDown, Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Bronson Reed picked up the win on that. So hopefully they actually make this mean something and Bronson actually goes on to do something.
I don't know about that. That was probably like the worst Battle Royal like I've seen on TV.
I won't be surprised. I didn't watch it. So.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was
like people were getting eliminated on commercial breaks. It was
It's because The Rock took up too much time. Yeah. Hopefully they do something with him because he was kind of on a pretty decent push before this Battle Royal. So hopefully that.
I don't know. I'm not a fan. I can care less if he does good or not.
I'm a fan of Bronson Reed. He's haven't seen a big guy like him since Bam Bam. So I was a big fan.
I don't know. I mean, it's not because he's big or anything. It's just they've tried to put him over a few times, and he's just not lived up to the expectations.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, next slide. All right, so let's get into it. WrestleMania. Damn it, stop skipping slides. WrestleMania night 1. We kicked off with Women's World Championship match, Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley.
I wasn't expecting this. I thought they were the unofficial card I seen had them as the match before the main event. So
yeah.
It was good. Good day.
It was very good. It was a good kickoff for the show. Which I thought they would do Jimmy versus Jay. That was my kind of thought process on that one, but thankfully they went with this one because compared to the two of them, this one was a little better than Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, definitely. By miles. Yeah.
Great match. Great intro for Rhea. What the hell's the name of that band?
I don't know if I really cared for that intro, but it was all right. But it was some kind of heavy metal band.
Yeah,
dude. Like,
I'll tell you
fully
in 2
tatted.
seconds. I hear the song all the time.
it's like
It
Rhea
is
Ripley's favorite band.
Motionless
Yeah.
in White.
That's what it was. I just thought it was cool giving her like the live band treatment for her intro.
Yeah.
So. Now we know if this was AEW, like she probably would have lost.
Yep.
But, yeah, it was awesome just having that live band intro, and I got to say, Rhea Ripley looked hot as fuck. I did. Like the long hair looked good.
Yeah, I mean they both look good to me.
But great match. Rhea Ripley, of course, retained. All three of us actually picked Rhea for the retain, or no?
No, I didn't.
Nope,
I picked
Carl
Becky.
picked, or Garrett picked Becky Lynch.
Yep.
No.
I know I lost. It's okay.
Yeah.
Damn it, Garrett.
I picked
Can't
a lot of
believe
bad.
it.
I picked a lot of bad things, man.
It's all right, dude. It's all right. What's funny is I can't remember who I picked on half the matches.
What's sad though is I probably still won just based upon night 2, but we'll get to that.
Oh man, the 6-pack ladder match. This was great.
Yep.
It was.
Such a great matchup. There was one point, I think it was Ref Jess started yelling into the ring towards the end of the match with Priest and the Miz. Apparently the ladder was broken.
It was super broken. You could see it.
I know it started like once Miz started climbing up on it, you can see like that one leg just start.
I saw it like Katie and I were watching it, and we saw it like before he even got on the ladder that was broke.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I
I'm like,
really
I don't
pay
know how he
attention to
didn't notice it. Like, I know he was trying to like play it off and stuff, but I was like, dude, like, you still gotta work safe.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like you shouldn't have a bunch of fake ass ladder. You know what I mean? Like the reason why it was breaking because it was a fake ladder. Like it was made to break. So then you clean that up a little bit. But there are a lot of people involved in the match, so I guess stuff could be confusing, and then you hit different spots and stuff. But yeah, I mean it wasn't like the best. It wasn't the best ladder match, or nothing like that. But you kind of got what you wanted out of it. And yeah, I like both teams getting the victories.
Yep.
But it's one of those matches where everybody on there kind of deserved a title, so you wouldn't have been upset if anybody won, except for maybe a New Day.
Yeah, I still don't think people would have been upset with New Day winning.
I would have, but people wouldn't have been upset.
I just think, in general, I don't think that it would have been like that bad if they won, just because they're still pretty popular, and but it is cool to see like other teams get a chance to run with the title, like A-Town Down Under, Waller and Theory are great together, and they work well together. So having them take the SmackDown tag titles, I think was a good decision. And the only decision for the Raw ones was Awesome Truth. It's like that crowd went apeshit when R-Truth pulled those belts down. So
I mean, I thought DX was gonna win, but what do I know?
Oh man, that was awesome. I gotta say, I do want figures of DIY in that DX gear. It was pretty sweet. But it was a great match. It's a good match.
Yeah.
Pretty much all three of us picked A-Town Down Under. And then Carl you and I picked Awesome Truth. Garrett picked DIY.
Yeah, I don't think there was a bad match on the card. Like there wasn't a match I hated or This is like one of those WrestleManias where it's like surprising. They didn't have like a Ronda Rousey or Omos or like somebody you didn't really care to see.
You know why?
Which is refreshing.
Because Vince is gone. Oh.
And we're in the Triple H era. Did you not read the title of the podcast?
The Paul Levesque era.
Yeah, I got my thoughts on that too, but
the tag match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade, and I could have updated this graphic, but I was just too lazy. Got a lot going on. And Dom and Santos.
I out of like all the matches, like if you're gonna pick like a worst match, this would probably be like the match for me. Because I think to me like Dom, like if Dom and Ray is gonna be like a feud or like you gotta give Dom one of the wins. Like he lost last year to his father, and him taking a loss again to his father.
Yeah.
To me, just like didn't sit right with me. And then plus like I'm not an Eagles fan, so I hated Jason Kelsey being in there.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that part of the match.
But it was. I could see everybody else enjoyed it. They were in Philly. Yeah. Not everybody in the crowd is from Philly, but they're in Philly, and it was a surprise. Because people was trying to figure out who was in the mask, and he knew, like by the body build. I'm like, I know it's not the Viking Raiders, so like, who is it? But But I had to get some like trying to figure out who it was at the beginning. You know what I mean? So that part I can enjoy. And like I said, it was a good match. It just me personally, if I was booking it, I would have gave Dom the victory over Ray if this is a feud that we're going to continue to have.
Or at least have Andrade pin him instead of Ray.
Yeah.
Like that would have made more sense, and then they could go on with the feud.
Well, I think they're wrestling Monday, ain't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Andrade and Dominic.
And Dominic, yeah. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of good spots in the match. The LWO did the slingshot that they used in NXT with Joaquin Wilde getting launched into the sea of people outside the ring. So that always looks cool. No matter how many times, I think it's like the second or third time they've done it, but it still looks cool when they do it. You see Carlito kind of giving side glances to Andrade, so like kind of feeling a little slighted that Andrade got
tonight.
picked.
Santos said that they didn't attack Dragon Lee. It had nothing to do with it.
I'm pretty sure it was Carlito.
Yeah, has to be.
Yeah, I think the plan is to turn Carlito heel. So.
Oh, for sure. I also want to say, I don't say this a lot, but Carl, you're wrong. This is not the worst match. We'll get there.
All right, we'll get there. We can disagree. I'm not saying this match was bad, though. Like,
no. Like, is it like the best match? No, but like it wasn't the worst match. We're gonna get there.
All right. We all picked Dom and Santos to win. So. Wrong on that one.
Here you go.
Jimmy versus Jay.
This match sucked.
Yeah, I think we just had.
I don't think it sucked. I think it's just. It's one of those things where I think people are wanting more out of it than what they got, but I think the storytelling in it, because the whole Bloodline storyline, like the matches haven't been the best. Like it's been the storytelling.
Yep.
And so you did have like a lot of storytelling. So you had Jimmy, kind of like act like he was hurt and like kind of giving up, and then Jay, could have finished him but didn't, kind of held back. And then you see, Jimmy kind of betray his trust or whatever. Kind of like, I don't know, like Lion King or something. But yeah, it was like good storytelling. A lot of super kicks, like way too many super kicks. You know how I feel about super kicks. But the storytelling was really good. So that's why for me it's not the worst match. And I think this is not the last match between them at all. I think this is going to be like a feud, and I could see them, maybe main event in Hell in a Cell or something like. to finish the rival or further it a little bit.
See, that's the thing now with what happened on SmackDown. Now it doesn't make me think that at all. But anyways, yeah, too many super kicks. I get what you're saying with the storytelling, but for me, like storytelling is part of an aspect, but like you also need to put out a good match. Like here at WrestleMania, it's the greatest time you're ever going to showcase one another. This match has been built up. It's what they've wanted. It's like their dream to wrestle each other. And I felt like if it was your dream, you would like go out, show up, have the best match that you guys could put out. And I just didn't feel like that was the case. It was like too much of just super kick party, and like it seemed like they only did 5 moves the whole match.
Yeah, I mean, as single wrestlers, they're not like the Usos are not that good. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get like Brett and Owen. I like the Usos as a tag team because they got a lot of like double team stuff that they do. That's pretty cool. But like single wrestlers, like their matches haven't been that good. It's been the storytelling, like their matches with Roman, like those matches kind of sucked as far as like the wrestling portion of it. It's just like the storytelling that put it over. So like I wasn't expecting, Owen versus Brett because neither one of them are like those caliber of wrestlers. So I mean I understand what you're saying. I just like I wasn't expecting that because I've never seen that out of them.
I will say it was better than Matt versus Jeff.
Yeah, it was better than Matt versus Jeff. I would agree on that.
Yeah, I think I was kind of going into this expecting more than what we got, so I was let down with how the match actually played out. So,
when you say expecting more, was y'all like weapons or like color or
just more in the match? Like the storytelling was good. I was just kind of like expecting just a little bit more like action, more like emotion, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, to me, that definitely could have made it shorter. Like if it was shorter, it would have been better. But
if there was like more of like a stipulation to it, like they put it like no holds barred or something, or false count anywhere, might have been a little better. But
yeah.
But I don't think like you said, this may just be the start of like a little rivalry between the two of them. So like it wouldn't make sense to do that type of matchup as like the first time that they've wrestled each other. But overall, it wasn't like super bad. But could have been better. But we all picked Jay, actually. Yeah, we all picked Jay. Oh, what else we got here? Next match up was the 6-woman tag match with Damage Control taking on the team of Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I love this match.
It was a fun match. The entrance for Naomi, Jade, and Naomi was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. And Naomi's gear was pretty cool.
Yeah,
with the hat and like light up vest.
I was kind of confused with Jade's because she had like the random white line that like went down her body. So
yeah, I think she's supposed to be kind of like Storm, but had like a warrior stripe or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe once she gets rolling a little more, we'll see more of her cosplay ring attire that she used to do in AEW. It was a fun match. It was a good filler between this and what freaking match was next? The Intercontinental title match, though, and the Jimmy versus Jay match. So it was pretty good. I liked it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who do we pick?
What was the results on that?
We all picked Jade, Naomi, and Bianca Belair. So.
Oh, did we?
Yep. Intercontinental title match. This match was I knew it was gonna be a good match to begin with because it's Sammy and Gunther. So I didn't think it was gonna be a bad match. We all thought it should have been Gable in that position, but
Carl wouldn't have said that, but go ahead.
I said that.
Yeah. It turned out much better than I was anticipating. As far as like Sammy getting the win and everything.
Match of night 1.
Yeah.
Not for me, but it was really good. It was really good though. If Gunther would have won, I probably would have made it match of night 1. Just doing it in front of Sami Zayn's wife and stuff. But the underdog story, it was pretty good to see him get the win. And I have nothing against Sami Zayn, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're going to drop the title to somebody, like I'd like to see it put somebody else, like elevate somebody else versus like giving it to somebody that's like already established. Like Sami Zayn's one of those people, like especially with a crowd, I don't think he can do like too much wrong. So like win loss does not really matter to him. Because like he lost most of his matches, like when he was in the Bloodline.
Yeah.
So
hopefully this puts Gunther more in a position to move into like the World Heavyweight Championship picture.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe. But with Priest having it, I don't know. It's like,
Yeah. There's a few directions they can go with that. We'll see what they do.
I will say a crazy stat I saw today. As long as Gunther has been in WWE, he has been a champion for 80% of the time he's been there. Think about that.
Makes sense.
I mean, he's a hell of a wrestler, so.
Yeah, because he pretty much held the NXT UK title for quite a while before Dragunov beat him.
Yep.
And then IC title for,
A very strange number. I think it's a little odd that they had that specific number that I'm not going to say, but it's cool.
666. It's not that scary of a number.
It's right here. Might be the second worst match of the night. The Rock.
But to me,
I don't know why Roman was even there.
This is my match of the night.
I like this match. I thought it was fun.
It was fun.
The Rock had a great entrance. This is probably like the best entrance The Rock has ever had. Like,
yeah,
I thought it was awesome. It was good. It was fun. Like, we went into this match knowing that Rock and Roman were gonna win. I mean, we all picked Rock and Roman. Last match we all picked Gunther. Well, all of us picked Bloodline to win this because that sets up, the Bloodline rules match for Cody and Roman, which puts Cody at a disadvantage and makes him still the underdog in that matchup, the long shot. So, and that's pretty much what it was. And just the freaking beat downs that these guys got, like all four of them through this entire matchup, really sold all that, and then sold the win for McIntyre on night 2 against Rollins. Which we'll get
spoiling crap already, man.
Hey,
even got there.
If you ain't watched WrestleMania yet, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they're probably if they didn't watch it. Yeah, they're probably not gonna watch it. So. They might not even watch a podcast, I'm assuming, because like if you didn't watch WrestleMania, I doubt you're tuning into a wrestling podcast.
Yeah,
that's true.
Pretty much. So, but it pretty much set up everything for night 2, as far as like the 2 title matches. So.
Yeah, and it was a good match. I thought. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong or whatever, but I thought all four looked great, and. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Hopefully, with the events that happened on Monday, The Rock comes back, we'll probably end up getting Cody and Rock at some point before the end of this year, probably SummerSlam. Seems to make the most sense.
Yeah, I heard, they was thinking about maybe Mania next year, but
could be.
We thought we was getting Rock and Roman this year, so you see how shit goes.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so night one totals. Carl, you and I both had 6. Garrett had 4.
Yep. Wait till night 2. Night 2's where I shine.
Night 2's where you shine.
All right, so night 2 kicked it off with Seth versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew, man, I tell you, like tweeting in the middle of the match, bored at work, LOL.
Yeah. Am I the only one that wanted him to fucking win with the fucking Claymore at the beginning?
Yeah,
that would have been so good.
Yeah. I was talking. I mean, Carl and I were talking about it, and I was saying like how much in the story it would have benefited, because like you have Seth who like has said that he cares nothing about Drew. His focus isn't on Drew. He put all this focus on like Roman and The Rock and helping Cody, just to like get beat in like 30 seconds would have been like freaking comedy gold.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, but obviously we know why that didn't happen.
Absolutely. Yeah. So Drew ends up picking up the win, which we called this like a while ago. I know I called what happened after Drew picked up the win. So Drew picks up the win, goes over, has a moment with his wife, and then immediately goes over and gets in Punk's face. So,
Punk, well, first of all, I have a question. Why does McIntyre have a fascination with showing Punk his testicles? Because he likes to like purposely like sit right in front of him with his dick right in front of his face, and like has to move his kilt to like block it so he's not looking.
But why do you have to crawl across the announce table like he's trying to seduce him?
Freaking creepy.
Come on, dude.
He's trying to be heel, man. Come on. I enjoyed it though. Like,
it was good. It was a good segment after the match.
I kind of knew Punk was attacking him, and then like when Punk attacked him, I'm like, Damon's got to cash in here, and he did. And dude, like, what a fucking start! I mean, the match itself probably had like a little bit too many like fucking finishers in it. But I just the cash in, the CM Punk segment, just a hell of a way to kick off night two. It really got the crowd like into it like from the very beginning.
I've been trolling Drew McIntyre all week. Every social media post I see of his where he's complaining, like talking about not winning the world title. I always put on there, Drew screwed Drew. All you had to do, man, just you had that moment with your wife. All you had to do was go back to the back. Didn't have to get in Punk's face. If you didn't do that, you still would have been champion.
You had to go. Oh, Jack Perry on him and see what fucking happened.
Fuck around and find out. You found out. You lost your title.
Dude, it'd be so hilarious, like if they like have like McIntyre show up at like New Japan or something. This for like one match, like this is a fucking troll. Because New Japan would probably like sign up for it. Like, yeah, sure, send fucking Drew McIntyre here.
Funny.
Oh man, that was awesome. But seeing Priest cash in, which Garrett and I both predicted Priest was gonna cash in during that matchup. Carl, you predicted.
I predicted that he'd cash in. I just picked the wrong match.
Cody. Yeah. So, but I picked Drew for the win. Garrett picked Seth, and Carl, you picked Drew. But really good matchup though. Great way to kick off night 2, especially with the Damian Priest cash in. This match actually turned out to be a little more fun than what I thought it was going to be. Mainly because of Snoop
for
on
one man and
commentary.
one man only. Freaking Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, man.
Snoop Dogg made this hysterical.
They made me want to get some gin and G's for sure.
I definitely want to try that. So, but just like half the shit he was saying was freaking hilarious.
It was fun. It was fun. Bubba Ray being a special guest for free was fun.
Yep.
Only criticism is the fucking table fucking breaking when they laid Karen Cross on it.
Yep.
Like, dude, it's a fucking fake table. Really?
Fucking Snoop when they got the first table. Oh, we got picnic tables? Oh, watch out. Then they get the next table. He's like, oh, that's not a picnic table. That's a family reunion table.
I love that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Snoop was great.
Oh, man, Snoop was awesome. It's like him narrating those nature documentaries. It was awesome. Yeah, Bubba Ray Dudley directing traffic with them doing the "Was Up" was pretty cool.
While we're go ahead, finish what you were saying, and then I got a question after.
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Speaking of like, what did y'all think about like the sponsorships? Like, you had
Bad.
huh?
I said some of them were bad. They did what Aguas Frescas for the freaking all luchador match. Like, come on.
Yeah, then they do a fried chicken sponsor for the 6-woman tag match or something.
And they had like a Wingstop. It was like Wingstop.
Wingstop.
And then Slim Jim and
the Slim Jim one made sense because it'd be an LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't too bad. I mean, I will say one thing that we all talked about with the Prime logo, like it really wasn't like as distracting as we all thought it was going to be. And I think the reason we thought it was going to be so distracting, we thought it was going to be like bright blue or red or something, and it's going to be the only freaking thing you see in the ring. But like, it really blended in well. Now I will say, like, I don't know why they had that Prime hydration rack thing over by the announce table. It got knocked over every single match. So I don't even know why they even put it over there. It had no purpose. I guess the one time, was it Seth or Rock, like drank one of them, spit it in the face. That was about it.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, I'd be interested to see how much like those segments like cost. Like, you know, are we talking about like Super Bowl commercial money or what?
I'm sure it's got to be around that.
I'm sure.
With how big WrestleMania is, how many fans are in attendance, how many people watch at home compared to like a standard PLE or pay-per-view. I think it's got to be up there in price.
Absolutely.
You think why you want to sponsor a match next year?
No. Well, I mean, I don't think we'd ever have enough money.
No, probably not.
Unless we start getting some listeners, like we could take off.
As of right now, we probably wouldn't be able to sponsor a GCW match. Oh man, but yeah, like I said, this match was pretty fun. AOP kind of like got taken out like midway through the match, and then they just were gone.
Yeah.
Oh, that was probably my only gripe with that, but
yeah, I mean,
it was pretty fun.
It was a fun match. You know, not the match of anybody's career or nothing like that or anything like that, but it was good. It wasn't a downfall or anything like that. It was good.
Carl, you picked Cross and AOP. Garrett and I both picked Lashley and the Profits.
The Pride.
The Pride.
I wish they would just call them that. Kind of gets my nerves. They don't.
LA Knight, AJ Styles, actually pretty good too. I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
The The build up for this match was great.
Yeah.
Build up.
Even all the way
Build
up to
up.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. Fighting.
And it's one of those things where if the main event wouldn't have been so good. Well, I don't know. I think the main event, the triple threat match was really good too. But man, this was a hell of a match. Like, it was better than like some of the best matches on some of the other WrestleManias.
I think what made this so good is I don't think there was expectations from any of us of like what this match was going to be, and like I think we were all kind of questioning the build, and then they did a good job building it up, and the match like went a lot better than we probably thought.
Yeah, and on top of that, Styles debuted some new music.
New music.
Actually, I heard that he was like right before. It was like a day or two before, so
yeah.
I kind of already had a inclination.
Some new music out of
apparently, he so at WrestleMania he talked to Chris Van Fleet. He had like a little interview with him, so that's kind of where I heard it from. But it was
saw
funny.
That same clip.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
It was funny when they were talking about his like theme music and TNA, and he's like, "Man, I hate that song."
I don't want to hear that.
Oh my god, I love that song.
I know everybody does, but he doesn't.
It's like you think about it, you hear it like sometimes like 3 to 4 times in a night. It's like maybe like 2-3 days in a row. He's like, yeah, you don't want to hear it anymore.
Very true.
So you got pretty old. Oh yeah, that match was pretty good. We all picked. Garrett, you picked AJ Styles. Carl and I picked LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Triple threat match for the US title.
Really good.
Oh yeah, this is great. Especially like the beginning with Owens and Orton just beating the shit out of Logan Paul for like the first 10 minutes of the match.
No, the beginning when fucking Kevin Owens comes out in the fucking golf cart and then comes down and Randy backs up. Randy's yeah. that was pretty good. Awesome. And then going back to like the storytelling part of it, like, they're both team up to beat the hell out of fucking Logan Paul. And then, they both go for the pin, and then, they realize, like, hey, like, we're probably going to have to fight each other. Like, want to do this now? And it's like, nope. This I can beat the hell out of Logan Paul a little bit more. And then Randy tries to do the fucking RKO, and Kevin Owens, like, dodges it. Like, what the fuck? All right, now we're going to go. And then the double buckshot lariat, that was fucking like Logan Paul, dude. Like, you definitely got. Like, I don't care if you don't like him as like a YouTube personality, but as a wrestler, man, you gotta give him his props. Like, dude, has been putting in like a lot of work.
I'll tell you one thing I heard him say that I really thought was kind of humbling from him was he's in an interview and people asked him what he thought was harder, boxing or wrestling. He said hands down wrestling. He said when he's in a boxing ring, all he's focused on is like the other person and like trying to beat that guy. But when he's in a wrestling ring, not only is he worried about facing whomever he's facing, but like trying to get over thousands and thousands of fans and what that looks like and all the training, everything goes into it all. Like, he was like, it's so much more than that. So I had a lot with that. I think the only thing, if I were to give a gripe with this match, is I'm tired of every like PLE match Logan Paul has. He's gonna have some dude in a fucking suit get put through a table. That I can live without.
But Logan Paul gave him a car for it.
Yeah, and fucking the kick that fucking Randy Orton gave him, dude. I'm like, is that dude dead? Because like fucking Randy Orton kicked his ass like motherfucking. Like at least like 20 yards across the fucking the thing. I'm like, damn, Randy Orton making sure he's getting his money, like whoever it is. At first I was like, I thought it was gonna be a wrestler because I'm like, motherfucking Randy like kicked the fuck out of him.
Oh man.
Oh man, that was awesome. Carl, you're the only one that picked Logan Paul for that match. I picked Kevin Owens, and Garrett picked Randy Orton.
Heck yeah! Look at Carl.
It's one of those things that
broken clocks, right? Twice a day, right?
Yep.
I felt like that could have went like either way with the three of them, but keeping the title on Logan Paul makes sense because the amount of exposure he gets with that title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As opposed to Tyrus with the NWA title, who got no exposure with it on his little Fox and Friends show. So
yeah. And that's what I was saying too, like we said in the other match, like any one of them could have won and nobody would have been upset with it, you know?
Yep.
All right, what we got next here? This match was great.
Whoa, yes.
Versus EO.
Super good.
I think this probably not by far, but this was one of my favorite matches for the entire weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Such a good match.
Night 2 didn't disappoint, like, at all.
Great match. Bailey's entrance was awesome. That was just great. The storytelling in this was really well done, really on point. You could see between the two of them, like the physical, like the emotion pretty much from Bailey with how she helped build up Damage Control. She created Damage Control, brought back EO, Braun and EO, brought back Dakota, and built Damage Control up to where it is now, just only to have them, turn their backs on her and beat her down. And then, Bailey ultimately going into this first Royal Rumble win, this is our first singles WrestleMania match too.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's kind of hard to believe. Yeah, first match or first win?
First singles match. She has not been in a singles match at WrestleMania. It's either been a tag match or like a triple threat match or something.
Oh, okay.
So
that's hard to believe.
Yeah, they said it during the commentary, and I was like, really? So I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, I guess that does make sense then. So, and then she wins the title. She beats EO for the title, and Bailey's our new WWE Women's Champion.
Yeah,
definitely well deserved for Bailey. So her ring gear looked awesome. Like I said, her entrance was awesome. No slouch at EO. EO looked great as usual. Just an amazing matchup between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely would have been a 5-star match if I was doing a Meltzer scale.
Yeah, if you're doing a Meltzer scale, he goes up to like 6 and 7 and 8. So it's not just a 5, Yeah. But he doesn't like he doesn't like WWE. So yeah, he probably do 5, 4.5. I don't know.
This probably would have been a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely in my rating scale is a 5-star match.
Oh yeah. I've learned looking at some of his ratings, he hates Hulk Hogan, which that's fine. I don't care. But I think every Hulk Hogan match he ever rated, I don't think I ever got over a 2-star. Like it didn't matter what the match was.
I think it's like CM Punk says, like if you have a 5-star match in like a fucking gymnasium, like who gives a shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you have a fucking 2-star match in the fucking sold out arena. They're in the business of making money and moments and entertainment. What some wrestlers are lacking wrestling skills, but they're really good at promos. They're really good at storytelling. And so like for example, like look at LA Knight and fucking AJ Styles. AJ Styles is an incredible wrestler. Decent on promos, but he's like that's not his strong set. And then look at LA Knight, what he lacks in physical like ability, height and stuff. like he makes up in fucking promos. This different people are good at different things, but whatever brings in the views.
I will say too, another thing with this match too, we got a different entrance for Bailey.
Yes, new entrance music. Which
I figured because like literally the damage control music's the exact same. So
yeah. So she had the like the Bailey the music she had for the opening of her old music, and then it went into something new. So it's still pretty cool. We all picked Bailey.
we did.
And then for this one, we all picked Cody.
I don't think did we?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, I picked Cody, but I remember I had him Triple H.
Oh, that's right.
Out.
That's right. Yeah.
This main event.
It was awesome.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun. Great match between Roman and Cody. Very similar to last year's, aside from like the bloodline rules aspect of it, which you knew at some point the rest of the bloodline was going to get involved, which is what happened. Then of course we saw the involvement of John Cena, Seth Rollins, who really didn't do anything besides get taken out with a chair, like the second he got into the ring.
All right. I'm gonna spell it out. I'm gonna say it all to you like I told Carl. It's perfect storytelling at its finest. You get Cody and Roman. They started this last year. You start finishing this story. You get Jimmy involved. Jimmy's been in it the whole time. Jay spears him off the ring because Jimmy still have that feud going. Okay. You have Cody. You think he's gonna win. Who's been the thorn in his side every time he's about to win? Solo comes in, starts wrecking shit. Don't get the win. Who's the last person that John Cena lost to? Solo. No. Yeah. Solo.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember yet. So Cena comes out, does his thing with Solo. Bada boom. Then you get The Rock to come out. Rock and Cena. Bigger than life. Happened 2 years in a row at WrestleMania. The Rock bottoms him, tells him to get the F out of his ring because that's what he should do. Now, I will say, if I heard some glass shattering, I think the crowd probably would have been louder. Just saying.
And I think some of the things I saw with this too, which I kind of looking back at, I kind of agree because I was hoping Stone Cold was going to show up because the history between Austin and The Rock, but having the Undertaker come out instead of Austin, because if Austin would have came out, I think it would have overshadowed Cody's
100%.
Whereas having Undertaker come out instead, because people are like, oh yeah, well Undertaker, we knew he was here anyway. So and you still have the history between Undertaker and Rock.
Yeah,
and Roman. And Roman, you gotta remember.
Roman. Which it's funny. I saw a thing today that would make both of y'all laugh. It was it was a meme and it showed the Undertaker looking at Rock, and it was like the Undertaker mad all these years, Rock trying to get him to do a spin-a-rooney. I was dying.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah, you get Undertaker. The pot was crazy. There's still feud there. Have him take out Rock, and then have Cody, get up, him and Roman doing stuff. But the stuff with Seth, the cool thing with Seth is, all the people who thought Ambrose was coming out, y'all are idiots. Just throwing that out there. Sorry, you're idiots. You
I would turn that shit off if it was fucking Moxley.
I honestly, I would have too. Anyways, the whole point of him coming out in the Shield is, and that's what I told Carl, is the whole time Seth has said that Cody needs a Shield to beat Roman.
Yep.
And what did that mean? That means that he needed to be in the Shield stuff. That's what it was. And the biggest storyline of it all is, and that's exactly what I said to Carl, is Roman chose vengeance over his legacy.
Absolutely.
And that was the thing, is Seth came out with that to distract Roman, to be like, this is something I've, had sitting in the back. I've never gotten over. Went through the vengeance part because had to be the shield for Cody to win. And then that's what we
Yeah.
got. It's
Yeah.
like
Like
perfect storytelling.
when I saw Garrett though, like if it would have been me, I would have, because like Roman kind of attacked him like when he first got into the ring, like with the kick to the chair or whatever. Like if it would have been me, like I would have like played on like his Seth here for Roman or Cody, like just have him like kind of like pause for a little bit, before getting like the straight attack, like as soon as he got in the ring.
Yeah.
But I don't know when Seth got injured, so Seth may have been injured beforehand, and maybe that's why Roman did it the way he did.
I think he's been injured this entire time.
Oh, I agree.
Well,
Coming into
he couldn't get into the ring after Cody won to congratulate him.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming he did something like pretty severe that night. I just don't know like where it happened.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's when you look at that between Roman choosing to take that route and taking out Seth, and then McIntyre, choosing to go, get in Punk's face. It was like the ultimate demise for both of those choices that they made to go into that, and then ultimately it cost them the championship. So, but the Cody kicking out of the Samoan Spike spear combo, pretty much everything that was thrown at him, like, oh man, it's like, oh, Cody's gonna lose this one. Like that's too much. Like he's been taking this beat down for how long now? Like you just got the Samoan Spike spear combo, which has laid out numerous people, and you still see him kick out, and then he goes on to hit the three crossroads, and then picks up the win finally, and just like the place just went ape shit. Like Cody finally finishes the story. It's that public school education finally paying off.
Yep.
Yeah. But they ended WrestleMania the way it should have been ended, with Cody in the ring with his family, as a new
some AEW people in the ring with him. That was kind of surprising.
Who was in the ring with him?
You didn't see the
I know Ricky Starks and Dustin were in a skybox.
In the skybox, yeah. But numero uno or 0-1 or whatever it is. 0. What's Brody Lee's son's name?
Oh, -1.
-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the ring, and then
technically he's not under AEW contract yet.
Well, I mean,
he's got a few more years.
I thought they signed him, but
no, they told me he turns 18 and he wants to wrestle. He'll have a contract waiting for him if AEW's still around.
Okay.
And that was presented to him by Cody.
Okay. And then the joke is the one kid looked like Cook.
Oh, that kid in the hoodie.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh man, but yeah, we all picked Cody to win that one, and it's where do we go from here? 2 triple threat matches on SmackDown.
Yeah.
The winners of those will face each other to see who goes on and wrestles.
Do you wanna guess who the winners were?
I don't even know who were in the matches.
All right, so go back like 2 slides.
1, 2.
One more. There you go. That's your answer.
AJ Styles.
Yep.
AJ Styles won.
Both of them.
Both triple threat.
No. Both of them are wrestling, and whoever wins is gonna face Cody for the title.
Okay, so they both So they both won their respective triple threat matches.
Correct.
So now they'll go on to face each other
The
for number
first
one
triple
contender.
threat was it was LA Knight. I want to say it was Lashley and somebody else. I don't remember who it was.
Well, it's got to be AJ Styles that wins because it doesn't make sense to have LA Knight go against Cody.
Yeah, honestly, I'd rather see Styles versus Cody.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, I think you have like a good match either one of them, but unless you're like playing as a turn LA Knight heel, like
Yeah,
I wouldn't put your biggest babyface against your biggest babyface, like
and I
on
think there's
Backlash.
a little more they can do with Cody and Styles when you tie in like the whole like the Bullet Club stuff. Especially now that you've got Tama Tonga on the roster, you've got Anderson and Gallows that are kind of like off in obscurity right now because Styles has decided he doesn't need the OC.
Yep.
So, like, what do we do? From
The
there?
OC's kind of sort of been on NXT, but I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Yeah,
it was
they were
Lashley,
competing for the
Knight, and
tag titles.
Escobar.
Lashley, Knight, and Escobar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one was the main event. It was Styles, Owens, and Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, not Dominic. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, that's cool. So we'll find out
Yep.
who Cody's going to go up against.
I will say, since none of us talked about it, I can go through it real quick. Since none of us watched Stand and Deliver because we didn't put it in the notes, so it's okay. I know none of us did.
I watched Stand and Deliver.
Oh, did you? What do we need to talk about? I'm just gonna run through it real quick if you don't mind. I just run through it. Joe Gacy defeated Shawn Spears. Everything I read, the match sucked. Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker defeated Axiom and Nation Frazier, which didn't make any sense because Axiom and Nation Frazier won the tag titles on NXT this week. Oba Femi defeated Dijak and Josh Briggs, which that match looked incredible. Fallon Henley, Kalani Jordan, and Thea Hale defeated Izzy Dame, JC Jane, and Kiana James. Okay. Roxanne, our new women's champion, defeated Lyra Valkyrie by submission.
Mm-hmm.
Ilya Dragunov defeated Tony D.
Yep.
And Trick Williams defeated Carmelo Hayes.
Yep, that was. Every match was pretty good. Like I don't think any of the matches was terrible.
I'm sure they weren't.
So the Shawn Spears match, it was alright.
Yeah. I think why a lot of people talk crap about it was the whole fact that that Ridge Holland like hit Joe Gacy with a chair at like the beginning of the match, and then he still won regardless.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah. Dragunov winning kind of like took me by surprise. Like this going off the build to the match, but yeah, because like I was hearing rumors that they were ready to call him up to the main roster, so I thought like he would lose.
I think he's gonna lose the Trick. He's wrestling Trick at Spring Break.
Yeah, I don't think Tony D'Angelo is ready for that type of title run.
Yeah,
well, I mean, the last month, like last 2 months.
They built Tony D pretty good. If you've watched NXT, like they've been doing a lot with it. So like, if he won, I wouldn't have been mad. I feel like Trick makes more sense.
Yeah, I think the whole plan was to have Trick win that title eventually, anyway.
Yeah, and I don't know when this Spring Breaking is, but I'm assuming that's when that's going to happen because Ilya basically told him if he lost, he's out of NXT, which I don't know why he would leave NXT.
And they set the record for I guess like attendance on Stand and Deliver. So
it was good.
I think it was like 17,000 or something there, something like that.
Nice. That into NXT this week, I saw Ava Raine actually announced the rematch between Nathan Frazier and
Oh,
Axiom for the tag titles.
Oh yeah,
And
I
that's
forgot about that. The
another
new
big,
title.
new title. Yeah, Everett. Yeah, Women's North American Championship.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're getting
It
that
looked,
too.
the belt looked good too.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. And I said
So
to Carl,
Axiom
I said I wish they had that on the main roster and get rid of the tag titles, but either way, it don't matter. They need to do something with the tag titles. They're gonna keep them.
Yeah. So Axiom and Nathan Frazier won the titles this week. So Braun Breaker is coming to the main roster permanently.
Yep.
Just I believe it's SmackDown brand, right?
Yeah, he squashed Cameron Grimes. It's okay.
Well, the draft is coming up anyway, so it don't really matter where you are.
Yeah.
Good team.
And then Ivar stepping
yeah.
up to the plate in the challenge Obafemi.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's definitely something I'll have to check out because
Obafemi
Ivar has been on a
incredible.
tear since Eric's been injured, and they've been doing like all these singles matches with him and stuff. Ivar,
I like him better as a single.
Big guy. So
yeah, I like them better as a single because I'm not a huge fan of the Viking Raiders. Like in all honesty, but him as a singles wrestler, he's been pretty. Like all his matches have been pretty good.
Yep. He's another one of those like those big guys that can move like really well or are really agile that you wouldn't expect them to be.
And he looks badass. Like that's the thing too. Like that's the whole thing with like Bronson Reed and like Otis and a few other the big guys. It's like they move good and everything, but they don't look bad. Like they don't look intimidating. You know, they look like they're feel like give you a hug or something.
It was funny too because like Ivar comes out on NXT and like the comments I saw under the video was like, "Oh my god, Ivar! I thought he only owned like freaking like
a loincloth,
loincloths."
Yeah.
So, but that's definitely a match to look forward to is Ivar and Obafemi, and that'll solidify Oba more too.
Obafemi is awesome.
He is.
He's a beast.
All right. Before we get into the AEW stuff, Monday Night Raw, we had that promo between The Rock and Cody. We're basically.
Before we get into that, what about the set of Raw?
That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it a lot better than like the big huge stage. Like one, you get more crowd in there, and it looked sleek. You know, it was.
Yeah, it had a very like old school feel to it.
Yeah, it was like a modern,
like the new gen era.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it. I thought it was cool. And if they continue to do that like that, they could probably fill more for attendance wise. But then when you go to show like a video package or something, there's not really a way for like the entire crowd to see it.
Most arenas have the Jumbotron.
Yeah. I guess that could still work too. But yeah, I just like that. I like that ramp. I thought it was pretty cool. That was awesome. But Rock and Cody, the promo between them, Rock basically says, I got to go, go back to, Hollywood to do this movie or whatever. When I come back, I'm coming back for you. Then he's like, hands him something that says, "Don't break my heart again."
And he gives him something.
Yeah.
What did he give him? I think it's the car keys that Rikishi ran over Stone Cold with.
A lot of guesses have been like the Rolex that Cody gave him,
but he already had it on. Like I got a press conference.
It could have been something that Rock may have gotten from Dusty.
Yeah, so I heard that it was like, so when you said Rolex, I heard like, I guess it was I guess Dusty used to wear a Rolex or something and it broke and it was like part of that or something. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I think one thing that made sense that I heard that like would at least make sense is that he gave Cody one of the beads of Roman's necklace. Because it'd be like one of those things where like that's like a high chief's like necklace and him giving you like a part of that kind of thing. I don't really know all the symbolization of that, but I'm sure that's a big thing. So, I don't know.
I feel it was like a Tamagotchi, and it was like dying because he didn't feed it.
Tamagotchi.
Can you feed him, please?
I'm sure eventually we'll find out what The Rock gave him.
Pack of condoms.
Yeah. My match of the night. My match of the night for Raw had to definitely been Dragunov and Nakamura.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
A really good match. So.
Him debuting, Roxanne.
Yep, Roxanne Perez debuted against Indy Hartwell, which kind of goes full circle with that because, of course, when Indy had to give the title up from her injury, Roxanne was the one that won the title. So now she gets the legitimacy of being NXT Women's Champion by beating Indy Hartwell, someone that actually never lost the title. So, a lot of cool stuff there this week. Not a lot of big debuts though on Raw, so it's kind of let down by that one. We did there was a couple snippets for Uncle Howdy returning during the Bronson Reed promo. There's some like static on the screen, and inside the static said hello. And then during a commercial break, the live crowd got like a little teaser song. That song was featured in the latest Dreadmere video that came out this week. So, and then like their Twitter was taken over, and then like they're just posting hello like multiple times, like in a thread. So
you didn't like that 6-man tag?
The fuck was the 6-man tag? Which one was that one?
A New Day and not a New Day, fucking Judgment Day. It's a New Day.
Oh yeah, Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
It was a pretty good handicap match.
Awesome Truth. Yeah.
Awesome Truth.
And the main
handicap match.
Yeah, that was actually good.
Yeah, I mean,
the lead
I
up
saw somebody like go up in the air, and I was like, man, there's nobody in the ring. What are you doing, man? It's some good acting.
That was pretty good. Cena being a surprise or making that last minute run in was pretty cool.
Yeah, waiting time to get their ass kicked. And shows up, and then it's like, come on, Cena.
They all hit attitude adjustments and 5-knuckle
shuffles. Have you seen the Mentos commercial yet?
No.
Yes, it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh man, that was so good.
Awesome. All right, so that's pretty much the majority of the WWE stuff for the week. Let's get into AEW, Dynamite, and Tony Khan's dumbass decisions this week. Oh my god! So
I've seen better fights at my high school, and my high school was notoriously on the news for fighting, having like a whole breakout fight at school. So I can attest to this. This is garbage. Hell, I've been in better fights than this.
This whole thing, like Tony Khan feared for his life from this minor scuffle. Oh my god. I don't know if they're trying to do with this. Like, were they trying to continue the build up for Young Bucks and FTR by using this? Was Tony Khan trying to make CM Punk out to be like the real bad guy? Like, nobody knows. There's no audio because most security cameras don't record audio. It's just one of those things.
To me, it either came from Tony Khan or the Young Bucks.
It was Tony Khan.
The thing for me, it's like if you're trying to like show us that you had grounds for firing Punk, we knew that, right? Even Punk admitted that you had grounds to fire him. And honestly, he tried to get you to fire him months ago. You know what I mean? Like, so there's nothing to gain. I mean, they probably did get ratings. I didn't see, what the ratings
They
look
had
like.
a almost 30% increase in ratings this week because of this.
Yeah, but how many people cut it off after? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The thing is, it's like, yeah, you might get a little bit of ratings because you are using CM Punk. People are generally interested to see like what happened, but like it doesn't help the storyline with FTR because you don't even see fucking FTR. I mean, I was told they were there, but I can't make them out in the video anywhere. Maybe they're sitting off to the side or something. So it doesn't make sense for the storyline. Like it was dumb. Like the Young Bucks excuse for why they're showing it. Like we're showing this because FTR had this scheme and we were out of focus because we were focusing on the stupid incident that happened. And
I think it would make more sense if it was like FTR being like, you guys are supposed to be EVPs and you can't take care of this. What do you guys think you can even take care of beating us in the ring?
Yeah.
Like even that would sound a little bit better.
Yeah,
It's
this
so
whole
stupid
thing,
regardless, but like at least that would make a little bit more sense.
everything that's come out after this and Osprey's promo, basically this and the promo were all Tony Khan. This is something that he pushed for Dynamite this week. The talent, the Young Bucks didn't want to do it. A lot of the talent felt like it wasn't necessary. They all just wanted to drop it and move on. But
CM Punk chants in the arena. Yeah. Did y'all see that?
Yep. So this does nothing to help Jack Perry. Like if you're planning on bringing him back soon, because even if you tried to bring him back using this segment, you just made him look like a bitch.
Yeah.
So, and then who's the bigger bitch? Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Like he could have at any point in time could have stepped up and got in between these two and tried to take care of the situation like a boss would do, but instead let it spiral out of control, just like what happened at the All Out press conference.
If this was Vince McMahon, he would have slapped both of them and told them to get out.
And that's the thing is like you see all these people standing around here watching. You got the freaking Aubrey Edwards, the other referee. I mean, Samoa Joe's back here. I'm sure he's probably not even focused on what's going on back here yet because, his match with Punk is what opened the show. So he's probably going through all that. Hook is in here somewhere too because once they start walking off, Hook comes out. Malachi Black is in here somewhere. Like at any point in time, these guys could have said, hey, what's going on? What's this about? Like, let's calm it down. Let's take control of the situation and see where we're going. So, but nobody stepped up for it, especially someone that claims to be the boss and the owner of the company. Why aren't you trying to protect your investments, being Jack Perry and CM Punk?
Yeah. I mean, the only storyline you probably could have got from this was like, maybe he could have like a feud with Perry and Samoa Joe, and Perry would be like, "Oh, I could have took him if he didn't hold me back or something." You know what I mean? But even then, like everybody looks terrible in this. Tony Khan looks terrible in this for bringing up a fucking 8-month-old video. I don't know. It was just a terrible decision. Man, like the announcers afterwards, like Tony Schiavone, Taz, didn't look too happy.
Tony had his head down like he was having flashbacks like Vince Russo running WCW.
FTR, I mean, you could see it. Like, they try to make the most of it and, like, come out and shoot a promo on the Young Bucks, but you could tell, you know what I mean? Like, when you hear somebody, you can tell, like, when there's, like, no emotion into what they're doing and they're kind of, like, pissed off, like, if they're even doing it. And that's what the FTR segment felt like after that. And it was just like, and then they had to, reassure people that they were happy with the company and that they're here to build up the company. And it's just like, you don't need that. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't need this. You, if you want to, dude, I mean, especially after the fucking WrestleMania, there's no way you're gonna beat fucking WWE. But if you want to be relevant, like, just ignore it. You know what I mean? Like, don't even mention WWE. Like, fucking put on the best show you can put on.
And the thing with this too, like, this is the first time Punk has talked about this incident. He hasn't said anything about this at all until that MMA Hour interview when he was asked about it. It's the only time he's talked about it. He's never once talked about this issue. And everything that he said that happened during the scuffle with Jack Perry is what you saw in the video.
Yeah. I mean, he did try to take a punch at the end, but missed. Like, he did swing at the end, like with a little sucker punch, but Joe had gotten Perry out of the way. But, yeah, but everything he said, like, you're pretty much right, went down. Pretty similar to what he said. Was Tony Khan in forever his life? I don't know. Like, Punk goes over there and says something to him. Punk said he quit.
And, like, Punk yells at him.
Yeah, Punk said he quit, but Tony was in fear of his life, so maybe he was like, "I'll kill you," and quit or something. Who knows? But
I don't
know. There's no audio or anything, so.
And the thing that kills me is, like, he has this altercation backstage, and then still goes out and opens up All In, and has like one of the best matches of the night.
Oh, for sure, because they're both good workers.
Yeah.
The thing is like, did he have grounds to fire Punk? Yeah, but nobody debated that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
nobody debated like him having grounds to fire Punk. Like, you had grounds to fire.
Someone brought up a good another point with this too is this whole thing, like, Punk didn't blatantly come out and say, I'm gonna choke out Jack Perry. Like, they got into an argument. It got pretty heated, and somebody had said something, and then they went from there. But Andrade literally said, "I'm gonna punch Sammy Guevara in the face when I see him again." He saw Sammy Guevara again and punched him in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, you're suspended with pay for 2 weeks or a month or whatever it was, but wasn't fired. But Punk gets fired for this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where, like, if it was me, I wouldn't have showed it, and I would advise them not to show it. But he has more money than me, so if I had my dad buy me a wrestling company, I think I would be able to run it better than this.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, the other part of this week, the Will Ospreay promo, which, we talked about Tony Schiavone, looking embarrassed. Renee, the same thing with her. This is all a response to Triple H saying that, he was asked how he scouts talent. And he says, we're always watching talent. We always, we have a list of people, that, people tell us we need to look at or suggest that we look at them. He's like, you have a lot of people that are afraid of the grind here in WWE, that they're content with working maybe, a couple days a week. And apparently Tony Khan took that as a shot against him as well. And Will Ospreay came out and cut this promo about him not being afraid of the grind, and the only grind that Triple H did to get in the position he's in is with the boss's daughter.
Yeah.
I was like,
the grind on the boss's daughter.
We all know this. Like, this has been said like 20 years ago, dude. Like, come on. Oh.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just another thing that wasn't necessary. And I think that the All In footage and this promo just completely killed whatever momentum Dynamite was building up that night.
Yeah. So this came from because I didn't know. I didn't know if this was like Tony Khan or this Will Ospreay taking it personal.
Again. Yep.
Because from what I heard, I guess like Triple H and Will Ospreay was in communications of like trying to sign Will Ospreay because he is a good wrestler. But I guess like one of the things that sold Ospreay on AEW is that he would only be required to, come 1 day a week for taping, and so that he could fly from UK to America. Yeah, because he's only doing it one day a week. So he didn't have to uproot his family, which is by all means, like don't do like if that's your priority, that's your priority. But it's one of those things where I don't know if I didn't watch Triple H's interview in its entirety because when I first saw this, because I watched so much stuff WrestleMania week, like I don't recall seeing like this. I guess on the Pat McAfee show, but Triple H didn't name anybody. You know what I mean? So it's like
it was a generalization of how we scout talent.
But we wouldn't have known this was a shot at you until you said something. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. And that's the thing too, is like, and I'm sure like the other deciding factor with the guys like Ospreay and Okada signing with AEW was the money, because I'm sure the way with Tony Khan and his pockets running deeper than WWE. I'm sure he was able to offer them a lot more than what WWE would have been able to offer them.
I don't know. Because
the other side of that, though, too, is you're going to get WWE. You're going to get more perks as far as royalties from your merchandise sales, action figure sales, likeness rights, all that other stuff. Where you don't really have a lot of that stuff with AEW right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cody, from what I understand, Cody, Roman Reigns, a lot of those guys get like some pretty like steep contracts. Yeah. Now, whether Triple H was willing to throw that at Will Ospreay, what I mean? Because Will Ospreay's, on a different level, but WWE is starting to expand globally, so maybe they would be willing to throw him that much money. I don't know. Yeah. But the way Triple H phrased it was like he was looking for people that wanted to grind and not and it was a time off thing. And then that's when he said like, well, I didn't want you anyways if you didn't want to grind or whatever. But I guess Will Ospreay took it as a shot against him because, like all free agents, I'm sure WWE tries to sign some of the people that. There are talks that Mercedes Moné was in talks with WWE about a return. Because it only makes sense to have these companies bid against each other. But I think with her situation was this, AEW was willing to offer more money than WWE was, because for her coming to WWE, she's not going to come in at the top. She's top talent, but she wouldn't be the top of the division like AEW. AEW are clearly like a way better wrestler than most of the people they have on the roster.
Absolutely. And aside from all that stuff, the only match to check out on Dynamite was Adam Copeland versus Penta, which was really good.
Yeah, that was a pretty good match. Yeah. I try to remember if there's anything else. I kind of turned it off after the FTR. I might have watched like a little bit of it, but I don't remember what I saw.
I didn't really pay attention too much.
I think it was like Cook and Jericho, or is that before? I can't remember.
I think they did that 6-man tag.
Yeah.
Jericho and Shibata, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention
Yeah.
because that was after the All In footage. Like after that All In footage, I kind of lost interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of like, and then like I said, it was like everybody kind of seemed like the talent after that seemed like they just wasn't into it. So, you know, is this the end of AEW? I don't think so. You know, they have money and stuff. Definitely not good, and I think Tony Khan's probably going to have to sit down with his locker room and like at least like apologize to them.
Yeah.
Like to me, if I was the owner and it was my decision to do this, you know, I would sit my roster down and apologize. Like, hey, this was on me. Like, this was my decision. You could probably maybe give them an explanation to why you think it would be a good idea, but you got to kind of own your mistakes and just be like, hey, like we have Edge, we have Christian, we have Will Ospreay, we got this time Mercedes Moné, we got the talent. Like let's get the ball rolling. Let's just start over. You know, not over like start the company over, but let's just drop all the WWE stuff and let's just focus on AEW, and then we can get to where we want to be. Because right now, TNA is a better product.
Absolutely.
Like, I would rather watch TNA. If I was a streaming service, and I had a bid on a wrestling company to, pick up a live event, like I'm gonna take TNA right now over AEW, especially after the shit that is pulled.
Absolutely. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the week in wrestling. I don't have anything else for any other promotions, so let's go ahead and hop over to No Holds Barred. We talked about some of the figures coming out next from Mattel that they showed off at WrestleMania. During last night's Impact, they finally showed off the first 4 figures from TNA's new figure line done by Powertown.
Mm-hmm.
And Eddie Edwards, Jordan Grace, Moose, and Josh Alexander, which look freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And Powertown actually put up a little preview here on their Facebook page for Moose. So come with the full robe, little TNA flag there, like full deco with the tattoos front and back. Face scan looks awesome. Then he's gonna come with the TNA World Championship.
That's good.
So this is probably gonna run like around like 40, I believe, or maybe a little more. But I definitely think this might be something I'm gonna pick up. Like, love to add a Moose to my collection.
Moose. What about maybe a Josh Alexander?
I'm not
really
too sure on that one yet. If they do like another preview, with the figures and see like a closer look on it, maybe. But definitely Moose, and I think Jordan Grace are like 2 definites for me.
Yeah. This
I'm sure they'll show.
I don't collect or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it is one of those things where, Josh Alexander, Jordan Grace is kind of one of those people too where, the only reason why they don't have like a bunch of figures is because, they stayed with smaller promotions,
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be cool to get those, just in case they never venture to one of those other large companies.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Jordan Grace will come with a Knockouts championship too. So.
Yeah. Or what's the
digital media?
Digital media. I was about to say social media championship.
Oh man, so that's pretty much a lot of the stuff I had there.
Did you see the? I know no one talks sports. Okay. Did you see the trailer for the Joker movie?
For which one?
The Joker movie.
No.
Yeah, they're coming out with a Joker Harley Quinn movie.
Yeah.
But in the Joker universe with the not the Batman universe, but in the Joker universe.
Yeah, that
and Lady Gaga is
Harley Quinn. I had no interest in that first Joker movie. I don't have any interest in this one either. I don't know. The Joker is such an iconic character, and like the trailer for that, and like the stuff I read about the movie just does not draw me into that type
have
of
you seen it? Have you seen the original movie?
The first one they put out? No.
Okay.
I just
I wasn't looking forward to it either. In all honesty, but I would say it was pretty good. Like it was pretty good for like an origin story.
I just don't know what they're gonna do with this one, because I've heard like some things where they're like, it's not like your typical Harley Joker relationship. So we'll see. Maybe I'll eventually watch the Joker, but I don't know. I just don't have any interest in it.
Yeah, looks like from what I can tell, it looks like Joker's in like some kind of insane asylum, and Harley's there. So
yeah, because when she was introduced, because she was created for Batman the Animated Series. So, like, she wasn't in any of the comics prior to that. But she was the Joker's psychiatrist or therapist while he was in Arkham. And then ended up like messing with her mentally, and she ended up falling in love with him and became Harley Quinn. And then like their whole relationship is built on, the Joker doing everything he can to basically save his own ass, even if that means, kicking Harley out of a helicopter.
Yeah.
Like he did.
Yeah.
And then, coming back to her, and, the whole like, abusive boyfriend relationship where like, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again type thing. And then the next thing you know, he's got her strapped to a fucking rocket with a bomb on her chest.
That's why when I see the especially like when the shit, what's the name of that movie? Suicide Squad. When the Suicide Squad movie came out, and you had this Marco Robbie, Jared Leto, like memes, like, yeah, me and my man are like Joker and Harley, and I'm like, I don't think y'all understand that relationship at all.
Because even that movie, even the stuff with Joker and Harley in that movie was completely wrong. Like, they made it seem like Joker like cared so much about Harley, but like the whole relationship between us, Joker doesn't give a shit about Harley.
He's a sociopath.
Yeah, that's the whole point of that. It's like he doesn't give a shit about her. He just uses her as a pawn to save his own ass. So, like, and then she finally, Harley eventually, says, fuck you to the Joker, and goes off on her own thing, and falls for Poison Ivy. Then they have like this whole relationship for a while, and then has a thing with Nightwing and a whole bunch of different things. So, but completely like separates herself from Joker and that whole stigma with the Joker.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. If it hits Max, I'll probably watch it. But
Well, it comes out in I think October, so
okay.
it'll be a while before it comes out.
They did the annual CinemaCon where they show off like a bunch of new movies and stuff for people in the theater industry. They announced a new Transformers movie called Transformers 1. Don't know the premise of that one yet.
I heard about that too.
Then they officially announced a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie, which we kind of saw like a little snippet of that in the last Transformers movie that came out.
Yeah, I haven't been big on the Transformers. I watched like the first, I think like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
and then maybe half of Bumblebee.
Bumblebee was probably my favorite out of all of them. Actually, that done pretty well.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm not like a huge superhero movie.
I am excited for a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. I think that'd be fun.
I think Disney's. I don't know if they've shot it yet or they're planning on doing it, but they're supposed to be doing like another live action, and people are all pissed off again. Like they always are when all these live action movies. Things like Rapunzel.
Oh, they're doing Rapunzel. I know they're doing Moana.
Or Tangled, isn't that Rapunzel? But
yeah.
But yeah, it's like I'm tired of to me if somebody wanted to, what we need and we ain't haven't had in a while is we need a really good if somebody had the money and could get people that could actually draw and stuff, it's if we could get back to animated movies, it would be because what live action movie was better than the animated movie? It's animated movies can capture these fairy tale stories better than any kind of live action can. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I like the Jungle Book. The live action Jungle Book I thought was pretty good, and the Lion King.
I didn't like it.
I did not like the live action Aladdin.
It was terrible.
It was. Will Smith as a genie completely killed it for me.
I mean, the whole thing was terrible for me.
Yeah. I am kind of interested because I know their plans of a live action Lilo and Stitch. So I'm kind of curious of how that's going to turn out. Because Lilo and Stitch is one of my favorite Disney movies. So I think it could be good. Just depends on how they do it.
Well, Lion King and Aladdin were mine. Well, actually, my favorite Disney movie, they're not going to do a live action movie of, but
Song of the South.
Huh? that would be crazy if that was my movie.
That was half live action anyway. So
I've never seen it all the way through. I had it a couple single songs that had songs from it, but yeah. I've never seen that movie.
I don't think I think it's the same way. I think I've just seen a couple the sing along snippets and stuff. I don't Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because that used to be the big Disney theme before they switched to the Tinkerbell thing.
Yeah. No, my favorite Disney movie is the Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Yeah. Great Mouse Detective and then Rescuers Down Under.
I like that one too.
Is probably my top 2, and then of course Lion King and Aladdin. And that's why
Oliver and Company in there too.
Yeah, that was pretty good too. But to me, animation, I'd rather have a new animated movie than a live action, something that you're just trying to capture, like on the nostalgia, and it's never going to live up to what it was.
Yeah.
Like the Lady and the Tramp, that was dog shit too.
Oh, the live action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that great. My daughter loved it because she loves Lady and the Tramp, but I didn't think it was that good. I mean, they did take out all the racist songs, but so, but other than that, see, it wasn't that great. Also, I guess they're redoing the Scary Movie series too. Either rebooting it or bringing it back.
Like the making fun of scary movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've had like tons of like good scary movies that have been made fun of. You know, it's been a while since we had a parody of them, so that would be cool. Get Key and Peele to come back together to do it, to write it or whatever, because they do good at like sketches and stuff. But I mean, the Wayans brothers are pretty good too. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, there's been a lot of really good scary movies, so it'd be cool to parody some of them. Like I would hope they would do like, you know, stuff they haven't done before, like The Nun and uh, like Us, stuff like that. You know, stuff that haven't, instead of like, you know, continuing down like the Scream, or you know what I mean, like Scream 5 don't really need to be parodied because it's a parody of itself anyways. But yeah, there's been a lot of, or what's the one where the dude from The Office, where they like make noise, then like the aliens kill them. You know what I'm talking about?
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty solid. Like you said, there's a lot of stuff out there that hasn't been made fun of yet. Like, because you got all those other movies too. The haunting movies, not haunting, was
Conjuring.
Yeah, The Conjuring. You got like that whole series, like The Nun and Annabelle and all that. So.
Yeah, Megan. We could do some stuff with that. Yep. Yeah.
A whole bunch of stuff out there. Let's see. I don't have anything else. That was pretty much the bulk of it for this week. Trying to see. Looks like Tama Tonga actually joined the Bloodline.
Did he?
I think so. That was a picture I just saw. Was him. Solo Sikoa starts his own Bloodline.
Oh, I wonder that's where they're going to introduce Jamie.
Say Solo leans in, hugs Jimmy, says, "You're my brother and I love you." Jimmy gets relieved. Solo turns to walk away. Someone attacks Jimmy from behind. Commentators inform us it's Haku Sung, Tama Tonga. He and Solo beat down Jimmy, hitting Samoan spikes as Heyman freaks out in the corner. Tama puts up the one. They put a chair around Jimmy's head / neck. and Solo hits a running hip attack in the corner. Sikoa grabs Heyman and brings him in the middle to be his wise man, apparently. He raises his one. Heyman slowly does too. Heyman pulls out his phone and says, "Call Roman." Solo grabs the phone, throws it on the ground, and stomps on it, and the three leave together, with Heyman looking nervous as we head into another commercial break. All right.
I like it.
I get behind that. I get behind Solo. I like Solo.
I love Solo. My sister hates him, but I love him.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, so maybe because some of the stuff I've seen. Do you see the TikTok I sent you of Zilla Fatu and Shelton Benjamin?
No.
Oh, you need to watch that. But yeah, they're at like the whatever that thing was where I don't know if you saw the video of Samantha Irvin playing the flute singing Razor Ramon's theme.
Oh, that was it a Wale Mania or something like that?
Yeah. So yeah, it was at that. Yeah, and Shelton Benjamin tells like a Zilla Fatu story. It's pretty funny. And then the I don't know if you saw that too. Shit. What's the dude? What's Finley's little guy called?
That Hornswoggle?
Hornswoggle. Yeah. I don't know why my brain's blanking on my shit in a drink. Hornswoggle rapping shit. I don't know. Forgot what he rapped now.
Oh, I did see a clip of that. I don't remember what he was rapping, but
yeah, I can't remember what. I'll say it was Nelly, but I can't remember. Could have been something.
I think
else,
it was Nelly.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty interesting to see some of the clips that came out from. I watched this. Did you watch the Slammy Awards? They suck.
I did not watch.
Like the production of it was like bad. I'm like, dude, you might as well should have just did like an internet show instead of doing it in front of like a live audience.
Yeah, I just there's a lot of stuff that was floating around out there that I didn't get a chance to watch. But, I watched like half of the Hall of Fame. I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of that. That was pretty much the bulk of it there. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. Samantha Irving was definitely the MVP of WrestleMania weekend. So
she's always pretty good. Like I don't know if you follow like her TikTok videos, like showing her like reactions to like a lot of the matches and stuff. Yeah, definitely goes.
She is on that same level, in my opinion, as the Fink. Like, I think she's right up there with him as far as ring announcers.
Yeah, to me, I would. She's probably better than him, really.
Yeah, and I know she got like a huge call out from Michael Buffer too. After WrestleMania weekend, with him giving her some pretty big props. So that's like a huge thing.
Yeah, because this adds like another element, and like kind of brings like. I mean, I know they did like some of it too, of like Lillian Garcia for a little bit, but I don't know. It's just like I don't know. She brings like a lot of character to.
And the way she announces like certain people too, like you know the whole like Chelsea Green or like Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser, like the stuff that she does like that, it just kind of adds like that spin to it, and it kind of adds more to that character.
Yeah,
it's an awesome job. So she's definitely one of my favorite announcers.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, awesome. Well, I don't have anything else for No Holds Barred. You got anything else?
I don't know, man. We went 2 hours. So.
Yeah. That's the wrong one. I want that one. There we go. I appreciate you guys for checking us out each and every week. Again, this is our WrestleMania recap. We're looking forward to the weeks ahead post WrestleMania under the new Paul Levesque era, the Triple H era of WWE. Hopefully, Tony Khan makes some better decisions as far as what he airs on Dynamite. Make sure you follow us on all our social media outlets. WrestleGeddon Pod with 1D on X. WrestleGeddon Pod with 2Ds on Instagram. Facebook.com/WrestleGeddon Pod with 1D. And YouTube.com/For The Collection. You can find us live on both of those every Friday night about 9 o'clock. Then make sure you hit up our Redbubble store, redbubble.com/people/WrestleGeddonPod, and check out some of the merch we have up there. On behalf of myself, Chris the Heat Matthews, Garrett G Money Munn, who got off early because he has to get up early in the morning to go to work, and the Tennessee Jesus Carl Crossland. We will check you guys next week. This is episode 231 of your WrestleGeddon podcast. Later, Marks.
Peace.